welcome, Shay. You're
Hey,
hosting.
everybody.
Hello. Yes, I put you there. I did. He didn't even notice. I snuck him up in the corner. He didn't
Nice.
even notice.
How's everybody doing?
Oh,
Hope
he's
you had a good
muted. Shay,
Thanksgiving.
you're muted.
Oh, Shay's muted.
Shay muted himself.
I'm protesting.
He's protesting. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
How y'all doing? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live coin Q&A. Another week for the Cram session.
Woohoo! We got some
Woohoo.
super chats too.
We're excited. Mr. Marmello with another
Hope you all
super
had
sticker.
wonderful
Thank you.
turkey days and family time.
I had the best.
In-laws.
No,
Outlaws.
I had none of that, and it was the best Thanksgiving ever.
No.
Well, I better not say that because Bethany might be in the chat. I missed my
put your questions in the chat, everybody. We'll start.
We have a question already. Can y'all tell us how we can contribute to the Christmas GAW?
Oh.
I would say send us an email.
Yeah, send us an email for sure.
Yeah.
And thanks for asking. Who asked that? Michael Kittle?
Numismatic.
Oh.
Aww. Speaking of that, are we going to do our white elephant? We didn't do it last year, did we?
Well, no, I don't know. We'll talk about it. I don't know.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Marmello and Steven.
Yes, for the super chats.
Yes, and Strayman, thank you so much.
Silver Stacker.
Woohoo! I love this show. We love this show too, Steven.
I saw Mike's in there somewhere. I saw him.
Noodle's in there. Yep, Noodle. Coin Show Podcast. If you guys are not subscribed to the Coin Show Podcast, you're missing out. Matt did a video today on counterfeits. So.
Oh yeah, he is on one of those. He does not like those Facebook posts and stuff about all those fake coins and stuff.
I know. Well, we're seeing a lot of fake coins.
And it's very annoying that they don't do anything about it.
I'm going to be talking about something tonight.
Dennis, thank you for this $10 Happy Cyber Monday. It is Cyber Monday.
It is Cyber Monday. I did a little bit of shopping today. I sure did.
The mint, though, was April Fool's Monday, okay?
Oh, the mint? That was horrible.
April Fool's Monday.
That was horrible. So how many of you in chat tried to partake in the U.S. Mint's Cyber Monday sale, not sale? Just kidding, sale. I didn't partake, but I logged in. It was a total fiasco. And after all of that, trying to get in and finally getting in, the stuff was like so overpriced and just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. $350 for the 5-ounce ATB quarters.
They're like $200 now.
$380.
I know, but they're like $200 on eBay. You could buy one $200 on eBay. You can even buy a certified one, I think, for like a little bit more than that.
Yeah, $380.
Lord, it's a joke.
Nuts. It's nuts. And like Sean said, the only thing I was at all interested in was the clad proof set with the W Lincoln cent. That was
there also was, I guess, a 2019 enhanced, I think. They had one of those on there.
Yeah, and they had the Morgans, and I'm sure those went really quick. Probably the Denver Mint, the 2021 Morgans. Probably the Denver Mint went really quick. If I could have got one of those, I might have got one of those. But it was just ridiculous. And when they said sale, like I'm thinking like discount, right? No, not at all. So it was ridiculous.
We charge you more.
Once again, thank you, U.S. Mint. Merry Christmas.
It's a special.
Yes, the West Point Proof Scent Felties. They had that on sale for a very brief period of time today at the U.S. Mint. But anyway,
I think those sell for about $35 a piece if you buy
the
one.
scent alone and the set
Yeah,
was
so you would have got the
$35
whole set
for $35. Yes.
for $35.
So
yeah, you want to get started because we got 3
I
questions.
do, but I have a little presentation that I have a little what do they call them?
Rant?
No, well, not really a rant. It's just really super cool information. So I was
that's fair.
hanging out. I was hanging out on my good friend Ringmaster Ray's channel a couple days ago.
I think you're looking for PSA, public service announcement.
Yeah, a little public service announcement. So I'm going to add this to the stream here. And we were talking about the 1899 Barber quarter, the double die reverse. So this was first put into the Cherry Pickers Guide in the 5th edition of the Cherry Pickers Guide. The FS, now they have it as the 901. That's another mistake because it should be 801 because 801 is for double die reverse, and that's what this is, not 901. That would be a variety, like a what am I thinking, Adam? A design variety, like a design variety.
Yeah, like a flash or a die.
Yeah, like a design thing. Anyway, yeah. So it's not that. It's an 801. But anyway, so we were talking about that. Well, interesting little thing. I'll show you the doubling on this. It's amazing. Like there's the doubling. Like you can see it in the arrows, in dollar. Like, so this thing's amazing. Now, remember, this was put into the Cherry Pickers Guide 5th edition, and in the 5th edition was like put out in 2012, long time ago. Well, this year it's also in the Cherry Pickers Guide once again, but it's a counterfeit. So here's what the new thing says. It says this entry was first listed in the Cherry Pickers Guide in the 5th edition. Recently, it has been proven without a doubt to be a die-struck counterfeit. We are including it here to alert collectors of its changed status. It is a counterfeit. Its former Phoebus Stanton number has been delisted. So if you go to the 1899 on PCGS Coin Facts and go and scroll down and hit varieties, it'll pop up that it's the FS 901, but it should be FS 801. So that's a screw up right there. But you can't click on it because it's been delisted. So I'm not sure for any of you that own one of these, possibly even a graded one of these, why the TPGs didn't figure out that it was a counterfeit after all these years. I'm sure people have been submitting them. I don't know. Maybe this was the only one that the example that they had, and maybe there aren't any others. I don't know. No, it does not make it more desirable. It makes it a counterfeit.
It'll be kind of like the Henning nickel.
Well,
right, maybe.
Not really, because this is, yeah. I don't know how they would handle that, but it's just very interesting. We do see, quite often, well, not quite often, but every once in a while, we see cherry pickers varieties be delisted because like misplaced mint marks and things like that. They figure out, no, it's not really a misplaced mint mark, it's a die gouge or something like that. So they'll delist it. But to have one delisted because the original was a counterfeit, that's crazy. Crazy. Thanks, Frostbite.
You Frostbite.
Yeah, it's crazy. So be aware. If you have cherry pickers guides, pull them out and spread the news. Spread the word.
Do you know who discovered it as a counterfeit?
I don't. It doesn't say. So it doesn't say. I'm sure. Probably. I don't know. Maybe Jack Young. I'll. You know what's. I'm gonna message Jack Young about this. Or Mike, if you talk to him, see what if you're still here, see what he has to say about that, if he knows any more details, because he may know more details. He is the counterfeit guy. So, and Matt may know about it too. So, Mike, if you know anything, or if Matt knows anything, shoot me a message and let me know, and I'll try to follow through on this. But that was just really interesting to find out about that. Yeah, and how they discovered. I'll look into it and see if I can. I'll dig around and see if I can find more information on it, for sure, because that's just really interesting.
So
anyway,
Mr. Marmello's saying something like koala's thinking, "Whoa, is Paula like? Do you like tea?" And
yeah, whatever.
That you're going to party with me and form. I don't know what he's form a bond.
Yeah, Jack is. I just didn't know, Mike, if Matt knew anything about it or not. But yeah, I will talk to Jack about it. I'll message him in the morning and see if he can give me any more information about it, because it's really interesting. I just think that's really. I would love to know if there are more examples, like if examples have been graded. You know what? It probably would say on PCGS. No, it wouldn't, because they delisted it, so it wouldn't say. But yeah, I'd like to know if examples have been graded.
There's always those opportunists out there.
Yeah. So yeah, so I can remove that now. Thanks for indulging me, you guys. I just thought I'd share that little bit. I thought it was really, really interesting. So
if anybody is in the Austin area, this coming weekend, a coin show in Austin, I will probably be there. Cherry picking. So if you see me, stop by and
if anybody could get a photo of Shay cherry picking.
There you go. Yes. Where's Waldo?
Yes, if you're in the Austin area and you do happen to see Shay there, please take a picture and send it to me at info@livecoinqa.com.
Did we answer?
Saturday, I think 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's also Friday noon to 4. And then I think there's one in San Antonio or in Schertz, Texas, which is about 90 minutes south of where I'm at, next week. And the Houston Money Show coming up in January. So I'll probably be going to that.
I might go to that one, but how far is the drive? Like, how far is it from Houston to Kansas City? Probably like 12 hours or something.
What's that? Oh, to Kansas City?
Probably at least 12, if not more.
I've never driven it straight through. Too many casinos between here and there.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Hey, Dirty Water, how are you? Hello, everybody. Welcome, and thanks for coming back again. And
it's only 11 hours.
This Monday. Michael Kittle, how's it going?
Is he back?
Victoria.
Did we answer what is a die-struck counterfeit?
A die-struck counterfeit is a counterfeit coin that was struck with an actual die that somebody made. So there's different ways that people counterfeit coins. Like there's cast copies where they actually make like an impression into like sand or something to that effect, and then they make kind of dies that way, or they make not dies, they make the actual coin, I guess, in the sand casting. And then there's die struck where they actually make dies. They typically use a real coin, and then they do a negative impression of it, and then they go from there, and then they just make the dies. So it doesn't have like the sand casted counterfeits have a real grainy look to them, and the die casted counterfeits don't have that grainy look.
What's up, Paul?
But they can typically tie them to, like, they probably found they probably found die markers on this that matched another die. to another year or something. So, or even that year, a different dye. They probably found markers. That's probably how they identified it.
Right.
Because many of these dye-struck counterfeits have the same markers. Like Jack has a whole thing on half cents, and all of these half cents through all these years have the same dye markers because they use the same coin as the source coin. They call it the source coin that they use to make these dyes.
So Felty brought
Didn't
up
31S also have some of those?
Oh, every year has them. Oh, Chuck did a whole thing on Frostbite's channel the other day.
Yeah,
he has
Ron
an
Fry was
entire
telling me about that.
he has an entire Lincoln wheat scent collection of all counterfeits from every date,
Wow.
even 58.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
That is crazy.
Well, I can see why 58. That's a big coin. If you ever get, there's only
It's not
two.
the double die. It's just
Oh.
the 58D. Yeah.
Okay.
So he has the whole. They actually, I guess they put it together in China, and they actually put the whole set together and sell it as a set. It's crazy.
And we have at least one person per year that swears they found the 58, the big one.
Yeah, and it's not even close.
There's like
not even
3 or 4 of those known. There's not.
Yeah.
There's not many at all.
Yeah,
I actually think it's kind of an inside job.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. When you think about how many how many coins one die strikes, but there's only 3 of them or 4 of them found. Either somebody has a whole horde of them, and they're releasing one every 30, 40 years. But yeah, he has a 1922S. Chuck has a 1922S. And he has a 24D that looks like a second grader wrote the 2 and the 4. It's hysterical. So funny. But hey, Frank. How's it going,
Frank,
buddy?
what's up? Joey.
Hey, Coin Drag.
Yeah, so if you guys have questions, as long as it's not about a specific coin that we would have to look at to answer the question, just throw it in the chat and we'll star them as we go. We're just here to chit chat with you and answer your questions and talk to you. So,
well, we do have a few.
Okay.
The first one we came across was, have you guys seen a 2023 P. Bessie Coleman quarter with the designer's initials EC twice on the back from Jimmy?
Sure have. Lots of times, and we have talked about it on this show lots of times. Shannon knows exactly what that is. Tell him, Shannon.
That would be in-cuse machine doubling.
Yes.
And the reason why you know that is because true hub doubling is going to make in-cuse devices thinner and not thicker like we're used to. So it's backwards. Mm-hmm. Just like it's backwards on the coin, it's backwards when it's doubled. That's the easiest way to
And so the designer's initials EC are raised on the coin. I mean on the die. They're raised on the die. So they're sunk in on the coin. So when it's machine doubling is like a bounce or a shimmy or a slide. When that happens with the raised devices on the die, it can give a completely separate impression. So you can have 2 completely separate impressions of the same design element.
Right.
But since it's raised on the die, that second impression actually takes away from that raised bit. And so it's smaller, right, and thinner when it's used to strike that coin.
Okay, Frank, love you.
So MD reduces detail and DD enhances detail. Is that how it works in a way?
On on normal devices.
Yeah.
Right.
On normal devices. On in-cuse, it's the opposite. In-cuse devices do the exact same thing MD would do, on normal devices. It reduces the size. So I'm going to pull up a link for incused machine doubling, and I will put that in the chat.
Is it our video?
No. Do we have a video?
Yes, we do.
Oh, well, put it in there then. By golly.
I got to go to our...
By golly, we have a video on it. So.
Yes, it's one of our Professor PV Presents.
On incused, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw in this link anyway, so you have two resources there. So there's a link on incused machine doubling. No one caught your joke. I'm sorry. I was ignoring you, Frostbite. What'd you say? Another way to remember that. It's thicker when it's at... Oh, I can't say that out loud, Frostbite. We got a kid in the room. We got a kiddo in the room. Sorry, I can't read that out loud. Don't read that. Felties, don't read that.
No innuendo there whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a link to our video.
Here you go.
And it kind of helps explain, yeah.
He says, I don't care. I'm grown. I do what I want.
Big boy.
Yeah.
All right.
So next question. Why has Paula been hiding her face lately? That
Big old zit right here.
Oh, no, I'm not hiding my face. I just...
You have been.
Well, sometimes... Well, sometimes I don't feel very good. Let's just put it that way. So when I'm out of sorts, I'd rather not be on camera. I have some bad days. I have some bad weeks sometimes.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
No.
Joey asked Adam, today I found a 1992 P-cent doubled eye. Ever find one, and what value?
I have not. Chuck actually has one listed. It says right here,
Depends on how you ask.
Significant doubling on the eyelid to the east of this variety. Note, after careful re-examination in this attributor's opinion, that this is not a doubled eye at all, but rather a well-placed dye gouge.
Yes. Thanks, Chuck.
So it's a dye gouge.
Yes.
So
yes.
So the value.
But you may have. I mean, there could be, right, a double die or no?
Nope.
No, there couldn't be. Not on 92.
No, I mean there could be on a 92. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're not even.
But this one's not it. That's not it.
Right.
No, it's
I have
not
one
it.
also, so I feel you.
Yeah. Now you should.
Nice. Indigon said, if we're doing PSAs, the listing on Variety Vista for the new 51 D over D RPM doesn't match the book.
Okay, time for a rant from Shay.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
So,
Uh-oh.
okay, as you guys learn and you use all three sites, there will always be mistakes, small details, maybe off here and there.
Yes.
Right. So, but send the site a message, see if they'll notice. Just tell them what you see.
Yes.
And usually they're really receptive, and we'll go fix it. So, it's like when my kids walk past the microwave and they're about to put something in it, and it's really dirty, and they go, "Hey, Dad, the microwave is dirty," and then they just walk away and don't use it or clean it or anything. It's like, So you're just going to make an observation and walk away without, or they walk past a piece of trash and say, "Oh, look, there's a piece of trash. Who did that?"
And there were some issues with this cherry pickers guide.
Yeah,
there were some issues. There was some issues. So just have a little grace. Give them a little grace. You know, there was illness and different things that were going on while they were trying to get this cherry pickers guide out, and yeah.
And then
So
sometimes they won't change their mind or they won't update it. That's fine. Just keep notes. Keep notes.
yeah, and they, you know, they
But,
did. They could only put the photos in that they could put in. If they didn't get good, you know, examples or good photos from somebody who was supplying them, then that's all they had to go with. So
I
that is a
noticed
happy
that
thing.
NGC sometimes there were a couple times that their listings were incorrect.
Yeah, that is a bad photo.
And you know, sometimes things change too. Just like the doubled eyelid, the 1992. That was a variety up until what, in the last year.
Not in my mind. Not in my mind. We had discussions about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the reason why Indigon said that was because he did a grading reveal video the other day, and I think he sent one in to have it verified as the FS variety because he was looking at the picture on Variety Vista.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So if you don't have the book, you know,
Right.
you're
Well,
not going to really know. But yeah,
I just got a
Well, so
message
which
back.
one is wrong? That's
Right.
That's my question.
Yeah, and I just got a message back from one of the guys at Wexler's, and he took some of my information where they had a duplicate photo of a
Yeah.
listing for another listing. I was like, hey, this listing is for that one because look, here are all the markers. Here it matches this, so you just have the wrong photo.
Yeah.
And he took it down and fixed it last weekend, and so he wants to see some other things too. So now that they're actively modifying that site, I'll probably give them a number of things on my list.
Well-
You'll see them misidentify each other's listings as well. They'll say this is, you know, Wexler WDDO-007
Mhm.
and it won't. It'll be 18 or it'll be 42 or something.
And there are duplicate listings because they're like Eric Beyer now is going through copper coins and he's
Yeah.
cleaning up because he's finding duplicate listings that are actually just different dice states.
Yeah.
They're the same variety, but just different dice states. So they have given them originally given them their own listing number, but come to find out they're finding, you know, no, this is the same variety, just a different dice state. So and you're going to find that on Wexler's too. I haven't come across it as much on Variety Vista as I have on Wexler's, but it may just be because they haven't had the time to go through and clean it up, and now they probably will. So,
Yeah, their highest priority, he said, was to get all of Wexler's existing listings up.
right.
They had already in the backlog to put up.
So Indigon, did you reach out to Dr. Wiles about that? To have him correct that?
Hey, David.
Because that's what I would do. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And it would be.
Yeah, it cost me some money because I thought mine was this, but.
Yeah, and in Variety Vista, it would be listed as the FS variety.
Yeah.
He said he sent him an email, but he hasn't responded yet.
Okay.
Okay, so next on the list was from Coach's Magic. Just wondering, is there a good app to catalog your collection with photos? I think that could be useful. Which is ironic because Coin Curious sent us a Facebook request that I'm going to post probably later. Same question. Anybody know any good ones?
I know NumisMedia is great for world coins, but I don't know if they do. I'm sure they have American coins too.
Well, what about My Collect?
US coins. Oh, My Collect, yeah. Are they doing the cataloging now?
I think so, aren't they?
Oh, they're just not doing registry sets yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, My Collect. Dude, go to My Collect for sure.
So there's our group page if you want to go sign up to My Collect.
So are they weren't they not available on some type of mobile, one of the mobile devices?
I think wasn't it Apple?
Was it
I
Apple
think it
that
was
they
Apple.
weren't?
But they might be now. Let me see. I'll check
Yeah, go check.
since I have an Apple device.
Yeah, My Collect was started up by Ian Russell of GreatCollections, and it's really, really. I don't think it's being used like it should be, and we don't talk about it like we should. And I actually don't use it like I should. I just don't. I haven't had the time really. But
It doesn't look like it's up there yet.
it's not up for Apple yet.
Nope.
But
Not yet.
if My Collect's not, then you could try NumisMedia. I'm sure they do U.S. coins.
I think they do. I think you can.
Yeah, I'm sure they do because you can
log.
look up U.S. coins on there. So
Yeah, because if you're in another country, you can still use variety or
NumisMedia, yeah,
Numista, yeah, and catalog your, because we're foreign to them.
yeah.
Next question was from Joseph. Hey, what's the name of that no star no duplicate program? So that would be the 2013B program, or 2013. Yeah, it's basically Project 2013B is out there. We have
Sam has one too.
Sam's
right?
doing his own,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sam,
Sam in Winograd.
I don't know if he has
What's her name?
done anything with. Has he done something with that yet?
Yeah, I think he's working on it with. I don't know if it's open to the public yet.
Right, that's what I mean. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
released that yet as far as opening.
Wyoming quarter.
Um,
Yeah, and the dollar coins, right? Is it the American Innovation dollar coins that have just the open the Statue of Liberty, and I don't know, man. I don't collect those. So that has doesn't that have a pretty open field? Yeah, it's got a pretty open field. I'm sorry, I should have read that question. It was Joey said the new 2023 quarter of Ida Dar. So much open fields in the obverse. When was the last time any coin had that much open fields? And Mike Noodle said the Wyoming quarter. And I said the American Innovation dollars. They've got that. Just the Statue of Liberty. That's it. I always thought it would have been that. For some reason, that coin bothered me. Like it just doesn't look balanced to me. And I always thought it should have had like the skyline in the background. But yeah.
We're talking about on the Wyoming quarter.
No, the American Innovation dollars.
Oh, okay.
They just have the Statue of Liberty there and all that emptiness. emptiness.
Is it the same one that's on the presidential dollar, or is it different?
It's different.
So yeah, then
Eric said I like exact change software for like cataloging. I imagine. So that might be another one you could look for.
It won't let me open it.
Let's see. Susie says, has anyone seen a 2006 Colorado strike through? I haven't seen any info. The banner clearly shows on Obverse.
It's very possible.
Sure.
There's strike throughs on any coin.
Yep.
Well, and by saying the banner shows on the Obverse, I'm wondering, do you mean clash as opposed to a strike through? Because either can happen on pretty much any coin. But I don't know that we haven't seen one recently that's a clash. So CoinSnap. Oh, CoinSnap. Oh, Felty was saying CoinSnap is another free site for doing
CoinSnap.
Yeah.
I know that's one for identifying coins. I didn't know you could catalog
them too. Yes, Clash. No problem.
What about that AI thing? We can.
Shush. Shush.
Change.
No. Okay. So Stephen asked, why don't the mints use Electrum?
What is Electrum? I'm sorry. Maybe
I don't know.
Familiar.
What is Electrum?
A mineral?
Stephen? Electrum. Now we're all Googling. Listen to
Yeah,
this stuff.
exactly. Naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver with trace amounts of copper and other metals. Probably because it's expensive.
Yes. That alloy would be very expensive.
Yeah, where's it mined? Is it like an? It was used in ancient times.
I mean, that's the only thing I would, or maybe it's because most of what they do is either, 90% gold or 99% gold or 99% silver or whatever.
Yeah.
Might be hard. Would it be hard to get a, like the value of a coin?
Yeah, see, all of the coin, the value is, that's all balanced with the metal. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So that may be part of it. I don't know. Let's see. Drew Peanuts said the only year that the cent was not produced in Philly, there was a cent with no mint mark from Denver. Was this common in other years to have Denver D not show up, or was this intentional?
It wasn't intentional. It was an accident.
Yeah, he's talking about the 1922. Yeah, that was not intentional because they were only minted in Denver.
Now, Paula, a lot of people say that it was a grease-filled die.
Omitted. A lot of people, yes. A lot of people say so. I think it's probably both. I think there probably were dies that were where it was omitted, and I think there were dies because that's why we get the weak D. We get the no D and the weak D. But the no D comes with only one reverse, right? The strong reverse. Is that correct?
Is it type 2? I think it's type 2 reverse. Reverse
I thought
number 2.
Doesn't the no D have both?
Or I thought the no D only had one reverse.
The weak, right? Weak reverse.
I don't know. I don't know. But there are different schools of thought. Spiked Head said it has 2 reverses. Yeah, I don't know this stuff. I don't know everything by heart, people. I have to look stuff up.
You can't know everything by heart in this hobby.
No, you can't, because there's a ton of stuff.
I have to look stuff up. We all look stuff up. So this is a good time to tell you guys. When you guys send us questions in the email, we don't willy-nilly answer your questions. If somebody had sent me that question in the email, I would research the answer for them, and I would give them the researched answer. There are things we know off the top of our heads, but there is a lot that we don't, that we also have to research. And sometimes we know, but we still want to double check.
Sometimes we spent fortunes on books.
Yeah, I got those too.
The shelf
and we read them.
Right.
We actually read them.
What, you don't use them for coasters?
No. Oh, Mike said the 22 no D is known with 3 reverses.
3? Really?
So
and that's what I've heard also. So
okay,
he's probably that.
So I don't know. So I know that the actual no D has no trace of a D. There's absolutely no trace of a D. And I've seen weak Ds where naked eye, it looks like you would call it a no D. But you pull out your loop and there's a little teeny something there. So they won't call it a no D.
Yeah, it has to be
2 is no D strong reverse. Okay, yeah, that's the only one I remembered. No D strong reverse.
All right, let's see. Next one was from Beachside. What color would residual dye grease be on a coin from a BU roll? Would it be almost black looking?
Yes, black with little flecks of metal and
wood and other stuff.
Gunk, garbage, boogers.
So many jokes. Yeah, there's a few. Sorry. Well, it's a fun hobby, right? So Stephen Scott said, "Hi panel, I picked up an 1865 Union Shield 2-cent piece today with a bold RPD. I searched and found it is FS 1302. It looks like a regular 5 over fancy 5. Is that possible to have? Have any of you come across that?"
We got to kind of break this down a little bit.
So
Yeah.
So first off, for the 2-cent series, you're going to have a date punch. It's the full date. All right. So for 1864, you have a full date punch of 1864, and you have a full for 1865. There's two. There's probably multiple of those two, but there is at least a fancy 5 and a plain 5. And so it is feasible. I did look at the 1302, and it looks like it's a regular 5 over 5. So I don't think it's a crossover. Like a two different punches. But you can have multiple punches of the same. So anyway, I thought I'd say that.
yeah, that's nice. Good info. Good info. Coach's Magic said, "I got another one. Is there a way to tell if a coin has been cleaned from photos on a web store? Like what details to look for or colors that are not natural?"
So a lot of times these people are tricky with their photography.
Yes.
So it can be
yes.
very difficult because they
Because it's
know
hard
that
to tell
coin is
luster
clean.
sometimes.
Yes, and they know that coin is clean, so they're fixing those photos. I guarantee you.
And if they don't show you both sides of the coin, I usually avoid those.
Yeah,
and
run.
If they don't have a return policy, think twice.
Right.
I actually received a coin that had initials scratched into the surface, and they had photoshopped them out of the photo.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So,
I don't know. If
Adam
y'all
got
remember,
one too. You got one too
Yeah.
from that. Yep.
You remember Jeff Stanley? Remember he
Yes.
had the one that Standing Liberty.
Oh, it
quarter
was
that
Jeff.
they-
That's right. And he sent it back, and
Yeah,
they relisted it.
scratch.
And he
Yep.
fought that. He fought
Yep.
that, and they eventually they took it back, and they relisted it with the same blurred out photograph
with the variety that he attributed
yes,
for them.
Yes. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to
You
go
gotta be
back
careful out there, people.
real quick to that mint grease question. Another thing on those is that many times when you have mint grease stuck to a coin, there will be another area on that coin where you can see that it's had some strike through, like struck through grease. You'll see areas that the grease actually has fallen out. So that's another thing to look for.
Now, Paula, I've seen on some OBW rolls, sometimes it looks like that's wax, right?
That's wax.
Like the clear.
Yes.
It can kind of be around the rim sometimes.
Yeah, that's wax.
So don't get that confused.
No.
That's not grease. That's wax.
Yeah.
From rolls, from the paper.
From the paper.
Okay, let's see. Next one was from Drew Peanuts. "Please settle something for me and a friend. 1965, 66, and 67. All three mints produced coins correctly, just not Philly. The silver transition to clad, they did not want rarities."
No, Philly did strike them.
All three
Philly
mints.
struck them.
Philly struck West Point struck them,
no.
and San Francisco.
it was misread. The statement was misread.
They're saying so all three mints produce coins correct, not just Philly.
Yes.
So yes, they did.
Yes.
They did not want rarities.
But they just didn't have mint marks.
But those dang collectors, they're troublemakers. We're just not going to put any mint mark on them so we can keep them from buying all of our coins.
Yeah, and actually, 73 to 84, I believe, are the dates. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was from 1973 to 1984. West Point, San Francisco, and Philly struck Lincoln cents, and none of them have mint marks. So when you see people say on those dated coins, you'll see people say if it doesn't have a mint mark, it was struck in Philadelphia. That's not true. That is not necessarily true. It could have been struck at Philly, West Point, or San Francisco, and there's
Was
no
Denver
way to
doing them
tell.
too?
No,
But
Denver
so-
was not.
Denver
Okay.
was doing their own. I'm talking about the cents that have no mint mark.
Okay.
If they have no mint mark, it doesn't necessarily mean that they were struck in Philadelphia, because they could have been struck in Philadelphia, West Point, or San Francisco, and they wouldn't have a mint mark. And you wouldn't know because all the dies were made in Philly anyway. So you wouldn't know which mint struck them.
Okay.
No, yes, San Francisco had mint marks for proofs. Oh, he's talking about the San Francisco business strikes. I'm talking about just business strikes, though, Mike. They also produced them without mint marks. But they also produced business strikes with the San Francisco, but they also produced them without mint marks. From
Wow.
1973 to 1984. And then there's a few years in there where they did quarters too. But I'll have to get you the dates on that. It's in our Facebook group.
Cool. Which, by the way, if anyone wants to join, there's our Facebook group. Okay, so next up was Meredith. What 1982 penny small date variety is worth more, zinc plated or the copper? I've heard conflicting info.
What was the question?
So, the 1982, which
Oh.
basically, I guess, which she's saying the small date
There's 7
variety.
different normal. Oh, small dates.
So I think she's talking small date Philly, right?
Yeah, they're all the same. They're all worth the same.
Yeah,
they're all
the
worth
value
1 cent.
Yeah.
They are all worth
And
1
you're not
cent.
and most people aren't gonna find the Denver small date copper. That's like, you know,
right.
I mean, yeah.
Unexpected
Joey says copper. Well, yes, copper would be worth 1.5 cents or 2 cents.
Mike, I can send you that. On those dates for the mints too.
Thanks for coming, Mike.
The one that was not created
Mike.
intentionally was 1982 D, small date, copper.
Yes.
Right. That would be
Bye,
the actual
Phosphate.
variety. He said he believes you. Okay. Okay.
So that's why you also want to look. You weigh your 1982, 1983 cents, is because you could have a transitional error. So sometimes you have coins that are stuck in the minting process somewhere along the line, right? Imagine some grade or some piece of equipment has a penny stuck in it.
Yep.
And then you start the next session up. You get your new dies for 1983. You get everything set up. You run stuff through the line, and that little penny comes ajar into the pot, right?
Or it's stuck in the big ballistic bag. The big, yeah.
Or it could have been on the floor when the janitor was sweeping up and he tossed it in there.
Could have been. Or Joe Blow mint worker decided he was going to make himself a copper cent.
He brought all those blank planchets back that he stole.
Brought them all. That's right.
Nobody would buy.
I'm gonna be. Look,
look,
Mom.
I got some old steel planchets. Let me throw those in there real fast.
Mom, I'm gonna be
44.
famous.
Which leads well into the next question.
Yeah.
And the
Right?
next question is,
Yes.
what errors and varieties on coins, if any, have been proven to be intentional from mint employees?
Many. Yes, many.
Many.
And some aren't proven, but they are supposed to be.
Like the quarters struck
Wisconsin?
on the.
What's
Or
the
no.
Sacagawea?
Well, the
Yeah.
proof, the 1970 proof Washington quarter struck on the Canadian quarter, or the 70
The
proof
nail.
quarter that was struck on the 70 proof quarter that was struck on the Barber quarter. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
64
The high leaf and low
And
leaf,
those are graded. Yeah.
high leaf and low leaf varieties. Those are
Oh, those were shenanigans. The Superbird, The super bird, the 5 on the cheek. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't intentional, but it
Night, Mr.
not a
Marmalade.
5. It
See
wasn't
you later.
intentional. It's not a 5. Bye,
Like,
Marshmallow.
what about that one that was struck on a nail? Isn't that probably one of those?
Yeah,
I'm
that was
sure?
probably shenanigans, you think? That probably
I mean,
was shenanigans.
And PCGS graded it, right? Or was it NGC? One.
The dual-headed quarter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bye, Filthies, if you're
dual-headed
leaving.
quarter.
Or even at the BEP, somebody decided to put a banana sticker on their $20
Right.
bill.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, so
Inagon said not proven, though. Well, true, but
I'm having an ongoing discussion with somebody who thinks they have a dual-sided nickel at the moment. So we're going.
Are you?
Yeah.
Tell them to put it in water.
Yeah.
That was
we did.
awesome.
It didn't bubble.
Yeah, well, it's not.
Anyway,
What does it weigh?
let's see.
What does it weigh?
Coach's Magic said, in terms of the coin world, is now a good time to buy, sell, or hold, or is the market not as volatile as other collectibles? Maybe a little holiday rush this time
This
of
is
year.
not financial advice.
Yes. But
Yes, it's always a good time.
it's always a
For
good time.
entertainment purposes only.
They're not financial
Good deal.
advisors.
I think that if you watch a lot of Sean's videos, like his market pocket change market reports and stuff, he'll say that there's kind of a dip of people buying like in the summertime because they go on vacations and stuff, but there's not really a change in value of anything. It's just a change in the number of people that's out there doing the buying.
well,
So I mean,
for instance, values do go up though on certain coins, like the Morgans. Those went up as soon as they released the 2021 Morgans, right? So those went up.
And it's all individual. It is individual based. If you have the money and you want to buy a coin, buy a coin. If you don't and you need to sell your coin, sell your coin.
And hey, if you go on eBay, somebody may be doing a Christmas blowout, and you may get some great deals. You just never know.
But also be careful and don't buy junk.
That's right.
I think the economy stinks right now, and it's a holiday season, so may not be the best time to sell. Even though people buy during the holiday season, you're probably not going to get as many people looking at your coins as you would after the holidays.
But it is a great time to coin roll hunt.
It is a great time to coin roll hunt, indeed.
People dump their collections and stuff so that they can have money to buy presents and whatnot.
Kids
and whatnot now.
Whatnot.
Yeah, and whatnot.
Buying stuff on whatnot. Because that's the new.
It does, Indigon. It does depend on what you're buying, and and it depends on what you're selling too. There are always things at every point during the year. Every year, there are things that are doing better than other things, and there are certain coins that are just kind of steady all the time. So.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Spikehead Die Crack said, "What years can you find Manila Mint RPMs?"
Manila Mint RPMs.
Philippines, I think.
Yeah, it's the Manila Mint in the Philippines. That is one of the U.S.'s mints, you guys. The Manila Mint.
Right.
That is a good question. I am not sure when they stopped. I'm not sure if the Philly Mint made the dies for them. I am not sure. Not sure who made their dies, and I'm not sure when they stopped hand punching their mint mark in. If it was the same, I imagine it probably was at the same time as all the other mints. So 1989 was probably the last year that they did it, but I can't be positive about that. It was a U.S. mint, and so we had the same U.S. Mint director. We had the same legislation, everything like that. So I imagine that probably was all the same, but I can't be quoted on that. I don't know. We could probably dig into that for you. If you really want to know, you could send us an email in the email
Well,
we can probably dig into that for you.
I was looking on. I found something on Collectors Society. I don't know if this is correct or not, but it shows a picture of the Manila Mint, and it says 1920 to 1941. So maybe they ceased their production in 41.
That doesn't sound right. I think that they were minting after that, but maybe not.
Let's see.
Nice find, Spirit Doggy.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, they were producing U.S. Philippines. That was in 41. I'm trying to look for dates that are past that.
Oh, it is funny. We're all wearing blue. That's funny.
Oh, how funny.
Manila was occupied by
I'm not. Oh, I am. I have blue pajamas on right now.
Okay, so it says during World War II, Manila was occupied by the Japanese from January 1942 until March of 1945. On January 9th, 1944, U.S. forces under the command of blah, 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 landed on the Gulf and proceeded to fight their way through to liberate Manila, the forces' liberation, da-da-da. So maybe that's why if they didn't produce anything after 41, because they were
down
occupied.
right. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, send us an email. That would be the best.
Yeah, send us an email.
We'll have time to go look.
That's exactly right, Eric. I didn't have a clean blue shirt, so I can't be on camera. I'm saying that. I'm sticking to it. That's my story.
I'm just going to say this one time. She blew it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
You're welcome.
Sorry. That's horrible. Okay.
So EMR, there's one thing that you said that I wanted to clarify, but coins can be a store of value. I mean, they can go up and down in value, but if you'd rather be holding a coin for $10,000 than $10,000 in cash, maybe that's the reason you're investing. Maybe it'll appreciate over time. Maybe you'll put in your 10,000 and get back out 9,500 in 10 years. But is that better or worse than consumer price index and inflation? I don't know. It's a good question. But
this is a hobby, right, Shay?
Yeah.
It's a hobby. So that should be first and foremost. Like, yeah, I don't think. I mean, there are definitely things. There are definitely coins that hold up better. But yeah, just
it's
have
usually
fun.
Not the abraded dye stuff or dye chips, dye crack.
It's not the floating roof.
It's not right.
Not going to be the floating.
It's usually
roof.
type coins.
Not going to be the
coins,
VVVV. That thing's coming up again, guys.
Popular varieties like the 55 double die, the 1922 no D, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That will probably hold value and probably go up in value.
Mine has. Mine has increased since I bought it, like $900.
Key dates too. That's another one. 1916D Mercury dime, stuff like
your
that.
Key dates always, yep. Because people always are going to always need those key dates for their collections. Always.
3 legs, yeah.
Popular varieties and errors and key dates are probably some of the better ones to collect.
Billy Tube. Yes, you can get cameo designations on modern business strike coins. Yes, you can. And Shield Sense, yes. And don't let Paula near your collection with a stapler. Yes, thank you, Indigon Demon. You may go now. Almost got himself timed out right there. It's a good thing I'm a forgiving person.
He also said almost nothing matches CPI increases. Don't collect beyond your means and don't collect things you don't like. So, yeah, those are good.
That's right.
Good points.
Collect things that make you happy.
If you were,
you're like 3 for 4 in your comments. 3 good ones.
I know. Yeah.
75%.
And I still like him. So what does that say about me?
ATOG wants to know if you were stuck on a deserted island and could take only one coin, what would you take?
A chocolate one.
Yeah, something.
Duh.
It's, yeah, and the big ones too, right?
The great thing about
Right.
coins is that you use them when you are not alone.
Right?
I mean, other than just to
I'd probably
admire.
take a Trime. I could pick my teeth with it. I don't know. Nice. Silver Stacker in Training has a graded 3-legged buffalo. Nice. I will probably never have
I know
one.
some people are looking for that one.
Yeah, that would be great to have.
Who has found a cameo proof 98 or 99? I have a cameo proof 98, 99. I have a cameo proof 1998 S Close AM.
Nice.
And a
Good
99
to see you,
Close
Spikehead
AM.
Die Crack. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah. Is the 1960D small date I just got on Whatnot for $10? What? Oh, I guess that wasn't a question. Only $4 out of pocket. Are you
For one coin?
Are you asking if it's worth that? Just,
For one coin?
Whatnot for $10, only $4 out of pocket. It depends.
Depends.
Depends on how really nice
Hopefully
it is.
it's a really super high grade.
Right.
Wilson!
Close AM, not cameo. Yes, it's
I
cameo.
knew that was going to come up. Waiting for it.
It's cameo, Spikehead Die Crack. It's cameo. My proof Close AM is cameo. Who has found?
Yeah, but what
cameo?
he's saying is it a close AM, not
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it is a close AM, and you
Yes.
have. Okay.
My 98 and my 99. I have
Cool.
both of them.
Let's see.
Oh no, I didn't find it. They're in proof sets. How are you going to find it? Are you talking about like in circulation, like a impaired proof? No, I bought them. I found them at the coin show. In slabs.
What are your thoughts on the sorry state of morals on today's American cinema? Well, Blue Ridge Silverhand, I would say it's
I would
fun.
say you're in the wrong stream.
They're wrong
Are
stream.
you lost?
But good to see you.
Sorry state of morals, I think he meant. And he's probably talking about Disney shows.
Possibly.
Yeah, those Disney shows, they have no morals. Almost Lowe's. No, I didn't find it. Sean's starting trouble.
Yeah.
Sean is starting trouble.
On the
Sean, when are you going to do a video about that penny tones and errors guy? Listen, people. If anybody on Facebook or otherwise is offering to appraise your coin collection for $1.99 per coin, or asking you to pay them $5 to join their Facebook group so that they could research information for you,
Isn't it against Facebook guidelines?
It's absolutely against. It is absolutely against Facebook. I don't know how he thinks maybe because he hasn't actually taken any money yet, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and my 1943 copper-plated steel cent guy popped up again.
Oh.
in Joe Cronin's group and promptly got booted. And he's probably listening right now. Trevor Bryan Meeks.
EMR, we talked about that earlier in the stream. Yeah, that's a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah, it was horrible. Horrible. Did you get anything, Eric? Did you get anything? I didn't get anything. Let's not beat him up too much, man. You know what's funny? is that Stacy, so Sean's wife, I probably shouldn't say her name. I think he talks about her. I think she says her name. But anyway, she joined that group to spy. She joined that Facebook group to spy.
Really?
Yes, she did.
That's fun.
I tell you what, there's another rant. I'm just going to throw it out there. If you want, go to AppMax and buy a whole roll of silver $half, and you get to choose. You could pick in your price point. You could get good, or you could go very fine. You could get XF. You could get AU. You could BU. But what's your price? And you put in your credit card. You can buy a whole roll, and it'll be cheaper than going and trying to gamble for a whole roll, right?
Yes.
And buying 10 slots or 20 chances at winning a whole roll. So just go to a reputable company like AppMax and buy a roll of silver $half, and you get them and you can hold them, and you'll be so happy that you spent the amount you spent on it compared to gambling trying to get it.
Yes.
Hey.
Are you talking about somebody that decided to sell $half rolls with seeded stuff in them?
For $100 a roll,
$100
whatever. $100 a roll.
The 280, you can get a whole roll at Max or whatever, right?
$100 a roll.
Come on.
Yeah.
And rhymes with ouch.
If you wanted, you could, if you wanted Barber $half roll, or a Franklin $half roll, or a whole roll of Kitties, or a mixed roll, or hey, all those are within your range.
Did anyone on the panel get to look at the S-Mint nickel I emailed you? Well, A, there's no S-Mint 65 nickels. And B, I don't see an email about a 65. When did you email it?
Was it one that's already been looked at?
Beachside, when did you email it? And are you sure you didn't already get an answer? Because I don't see it in the inbox.
Where was the question? Is it started?
S-Mint 65 nickel. An S-Mint. There's no S-Mint 65 nickels. I think Shannon responded, he said.
Oh.
So let me, is that your email?
Right.
Beachside.
It would be in the...
Oh, was he talking about the strike through possible?
No, I think he was talking about the D over S. He was asking if there was a D over S possibility.
Because that strike through that looked like an S, I thought maybe, but that was on a 40, right?
The right one.
I don't know where. Well, then it got looked at, right? I'm confused.
Well, I think he was asking if more than just if multiple people looked at it.
Typically, more than one person looks at the emails. One person will answer them, but typically I scan through the emails and look at them. And so typically more than one person looks at it. You don't remember what you said? You said it was a strike through, or that it might be?
I think I said it.
So can you tell us what your email name is, Beachside? So can you tell us what your email, because I'd have to look it up.
I'm looking at it.
We get hundreds of emails every week, so a lot of that stuff gets deleted if we
WSLM. There it is.
Nothing's changed on that so far.
Here it is. Super cool strike through, just PMG 65. 65. That is not a strike through.
Oh, you don't think?
I don't think so.
I know where that one went because I put it in the Annex show and I said, let's show it off.
Oh,
and
it's
then
in the Annex folder.
We can. Yeah, my answer was, I think it is, but let's have everybody look at it, and that was my answer because we were going to show it on the next show.
I'm going to open it in a new tab. Hang on a second. I want to go look at that.
Oh, so it was the one that was a strike through. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think that's a strike through.
Sorry.
but we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Let me blow that up.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be. So what I'm looking at, if you look at the entire reverse picture, that coin has a lot of damage. Like look at the full coin reverse picture. You guys looking at it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it does. You're right.
That's pretty funny, Southern Coin Hunter. The Blue Ridge Horde.
I mean, it doesn't show on some of the other photos how much damage is on that coin, but the full coin picture, like there is a lot of contact marks. I mean, look down by cents.
It just looked really smooth to me.
No, it does, but
So I don't know. Yeah.
but
So
it had so much
was-
circulation where, like,
yeah.
could we really call that? You know what I mean?
Right.
There's just so much
Yeah,
damage to it.
That's what I said was let's talk about it and
Yeah.
let's try.
Yeah, we'll talk about it some more on next Monday's show. It's in the ANX folder. We'll talk about it some more.
Yeah.
We'll bring the pictures up and stuff, and you guys can. And one of the things we do all the time, a lot of times none of us see some of the pictures until they're actually brought up on the live show, so we discuss it. I am always on the side of its damage until I can prove that it's not damage. And with a coin that's got that much damage on the rest of the coin, it's hard for me to call that an actual error, even though it could be.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense? Like, you guys, does that make sense? When I look at the whole picture, I have to look at the whole picture, and there's other areas where there's deep gouges in that coin that are smoothed over. So I have to look at the whole picture. But we'll talk about it. But it could very well be one of those things where I'd look at it and go, I can't tell you one way or the other.
Right.
You know, I can't say for sure. And that happens too. That happens a lot. So
hold on, Southern Coin Hunter. Last week there was someone reselling his rolls of wheat cents that he got from Sean, and had it listed as Blue Ridge Horde on Whatnot.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
I don't know if
Are you?
I don't know if he was just kidding or, you know.
Well, I hope he's kidding. He should have taken us. You should have taken a screenshot. He's not kidding. Look at Sean. Sean's like, what the?
So anything Sean sells is a Blue Ridge from the Blue Ridge Horde.
That's not good. You don't put somebody else's name on items that you're selling. Because
He was losing money by about half.
Well, here's the thing. If something is wrong with that roll, is it going to come back on Sean or the person that sold it to him?
Yeah. Good point. Right.
So you don't put people's name on things that you're selling.
True. Because if it was if it was an uncirculated roll, and he opened it up and put them back in, searched them or whatever.
If he searched them and they've got fingerprints all over them, or something is wrong with them, are they going to come back on Sean because it's the Blue Ridge Horde? Right. They're going to tell people that his coins, but don't buy coins from Blue Ridge because his hordes are horrible.
Right.
Yeah,
I would be interested, Sean, too. Trust me, I would too.
Southern Coin Hunter, you should email us the name of that person. Just saying, so we can watch for more Blue Ridge Horde coins.
Right. So I did want to read what Coach's Magic said, which was one more question, maybe not the last, which it's not because he just asked another, or they just asked. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is there any way you all could be more amazing? Spoiler, the answer is no. Thank you very much for kind words. And then here's the next question, kind of an open-ended question, trying to get the whole panel involved. What is your favorite coin? Oh, he wants you to tell him, Amanda. What is your favorite coin in terms of appearance and beauty?
That is such a hard question. That is such a hard question.
I kind of like Walking Liberty $50, but I also like the Philippines coins.
Yeah, those are pretty.
Yeah.
Aren't those the ones that have all the fruit and animals on them?
Stella.
No, sorry.
No, they don't. They have kind of like a Walking Liberty design kind of on. Yeah.
Okay. Which ones always have all the animals and like pineapple and all that kind of
That's
stuff?
the Bahamas.
Oh, the Bahamas ones. Yeah, I like those as far
Yeah.
as foreign coins goes, just because.
I like those too. I still have a roll of Bahamas cents that Ken brought me back.
Yeah.
When he went
my
to the
favorite is
Bahamas,
a
who goes
Suzuki.
to the Bahamas and stands in line for 6 hours at the bank? Ken literally went on a cruise to the Bahamas, and at his first port of call, where he could have gone and sunbathed or eaten good food or had margaritas or whatever, he goes and stands for 6 hours in line at the bank to get Bahamas
That's
coins.
awesome. That is awesome.
That was awesome. He's like, no, I'm just here to get like new rolls of coins. Christy and
Hey,
Diana
Paula.
and George are all shopping. Ken standing in line at the bank. What?
SBA is your favorite, right?
100%. 100%. My all-time greatest U.S. design.
I'll say I like the 3-cent pieces and actually 2-cent pieces as well.
I like attractively toned buffalo nickels.
Yeah, buffalo nickels are pretty. Proof buffalo nickels are gorgeous too. Shay likes the 2-cent. The 2-cent.
2-cent piece, Mercury, dimes. I like the.
Yeah, Mercury's are really nice too. I like Mercury's also.
I like the cat buzz reverse a lot. The eagle. I'm a big fan of the eagle. You know, and I'm with Amanda on the $50.
You like Woody's, Shay? This one's a Woody.
I do. I do. I love Woody. I love matte proof Lincoln cents. Those are beautiful.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
loves,
yeah.
Paula loves Jefferson Nichols. Shut up, Ray. Behave yourself.
Proof 2-cent pieces are gorgeous as well when you get that copper. Oh,
hubba.
You too, Stephen.
There are so many beautiful coins.
Yeah.
Stella is my favorite.
There's too many to count.
Stella?
There's too many to count.
The Stella is my favorite. But I never will be able to own one. My favorite coins are the misfits. I like the Fidos. That's what they're called, Fidos.
I like anything that's doubled.
I love odd. Yep. The errors. I love odd. I love exonumia. I love all that stuff. But I mean, I can't name one. If I had to name one U.S. coin, it would be the Stella. But I love a lot of them.
So it's not the most recent Jefferson nickel?
It is not the Jefferson nickel.
There's a number of beautiful, the $50 that they did over the years.
Patterns.
Commemorative coins.
There are patterns too, Shay. Patterns. Yeah.
Oh, I like the 2-cent pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Oregon Trail $50. That's a beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The Oregon Trail $50 was designed by a husband and wife team.
They did the buffalo nickel, right?
Well, the husband did the buffalo.
Okay.
So Earl did the buffalo, but Earl designed one. I think Earl designed the obverse and Laura designed the reverse, I think. The Frasers designed the Oregon Trail. They designed a couple other things too together.
That's the same lady that designed quarter nickel or the quarter
The quarter, yes, Laura
Quarter
Garden
obverse
Fraser, the obverse that we see
right
now.
now, but it wasn't used back then.
No, but it was used on the 1999 gold. I think it was 99.
Somewhere in there.
Someone will correct me if I'm wrong on that, but on the gold quarter. She almost won that design contest. She didn't win because she was a chick.
I mean,
That's my story, and I'm sticking
probably.
to it.
I mean,
Amanda's laughing. She's like, don't pull the chick card again, Paula.
you never know.
Pulling out the chick card.
The LGF
Hey,
quarter
Paula,
was
do you have
under
this
this
book?
work.
Lost
Ooh, I
and
hadn't
Found
seen that.
Coin Hoards. I don't think so.
It's by David
Huh?
Bowers.
By
Does
Q.
he-
David Bowers. I don't think so.
Does he mention
It's a
the
really cool book. It's got all the different hoards and stuff that people have found over the years. It's pretty cool.
That's
I
pretty.
don't think so.
Oh, does it have like the unfound stories as well? The unfound treasure stories?
I think so. Yes.
But you could
Pretty-
send it
pretty
to me.
Yeah, there's
Right.
a couple here in Texas. There's one. Apparently, there was a river with a silver mine in the middle of it that has never been found since the original person found it.
You know, there are two guys on this panel that I have hooked up with books that
Mhm.
I should have on my bookshelf right now.
Yes.
Well, Adam can tell you I hooked him up with a book that I should have bought
Walter
myself.
Green's complete.
No,
encyclopedia.
not that.
Oh.
Chuck's book.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that one I got on was a.
I
what
know.
was
I
where
said,
was that
and I
at?
said,
I can't remember.
I actually told all of you guys, and you got it, but I should have bought it myself
Yeah.
because this book you can't
Yeah.
find this book. And Shay has a really good one.
This one, right there.
Dean Cohen's book.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. That I loved being able to give that.
You know, I use that at least 2 or 3 times every week.
I know you do, and you would. So you get much more use out of it than I do. But I'm telling you, if you type in the name of that book, you've got people looking for that book all over the place. Yeah, that's it. And that's his first one.
This one.
That's the first
Oh,
edition.
yeah, that's good. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the first edition. That thing's going for
And
a
it's
lot of
signed by
money.
him, too.
And I think he got it
Signed
for
by
$10.
him, too.
Yep, and it's signed.
Yeah.
But
$5. I got it
sent
for
to him,
$5.
Oh, $5, yeah. 5. That thing's worth a lot of money too.
Well, Adam, is the Blue Ridge Hoard in that hoard book?
Blue Ridge Hoard. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Hey, you know, I
love coin books.
when I was a little bit more into metal detecting.
True, Nicole.
I went to my local library and I started looking up old historical books of the area. And it led me to multiple treasure stories around Central Texas that were just amazing. I bet that if you went to your local library and got a card and looked through their stuff, you could find a lot of treasure stories. And it's fun things to do. Go out on a weekend and walk down a dry riverbed looking for a silver mine, or, you know, using a drone to plot out certain areas you want to search with your metal detector. Looking at places where there used to be a whole bunch of people aggregate all at one spot for certain periods of time, and then that spot is no longer used for that purpose any longer. Go search there. Anyway, it's fun.
Did someone ask if I had a book? I don't know what that means. Determined to catch an auction. $40. I'm determined to catch an auction where they don't sell for $40 each lot. I'm cautious about the sellers I buy from.
Because you never know if someone's trying to rip you off. And did someone?
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, you
need to be
never know.
careful.
That's really nice.
You do need to be careful, but here's the thing, and I'm so you guys know, like, I have ranted about people overpaying and stuff like that, but here's the thing. When someone is selling coins in an auction, anywhere in an auction, they can't control how the bidding goes on an item.
Yeah.
So
True.
they get how does a seller, like, they can't just stop an auction. Most sellers, so Sean is really good about if he is selling something, I guess it's like one of the only solutions I've seen someone come up with. If he's selling something and it goes for more than like he thinks it should have gone for, he adds stuff to that. He will send them an extra something
Yeah.
to make up for it.
Yeah, he was saying he was sending out silver rounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's one of the only ones I've seen do that. But I do get that, people can't control as a seller what people in their auction could do. Now, what you can do is correctly identify what you're selling. Maybe give them kind of a range of what the market value is on it, something like that. To give them as much information about the item as you can, what the condition of the, approximate condition of the item is, things like that. That's all a seller can do. Just give as much information about the item they can. And then what happens with the people bidding is, I guess it's on them. But just be smart and don't have, FOMO when you're going into an auction. Because the odds are that seller is not selling a one-of-a-kind coin. You're going to be able to find one somewhere else. So,
Well, Joey K said, unless you have a friend bidding up. And then Chad Wolfenschlegelsteinhausenbergen Bergerdorf said,
What, you're struggling with?
I love that.
Schlegelstein-Hausenberger?
Bergerdorf. Wolf Schlegel.
Yeah, made the good point though. You have to have a good friend to bid up because they get stuck with it. Like I always get afraid if I'm bidding in like Sean or Adam's auctions that people are thinking, oh, they're just jacking up the price. But I bid on stuff because I like it. I'm their friends.
Yeah, well,
Don
JJ, I have also seen in one of those auctions somebody pay $400-ish for a 84 commemorative.
Right.
Either 83 or 84.
So yeah,
there's that.
I'm gonna make a quick announcement. Strayman asked when my next auction is. So I'm doing a roll auction, but it's not going to be this week. It's going to be next week. I'm kind of dealing with a kidney stone right now, so I'm not.
He's having a baby.
No.
I'm not doing an auction until Friday, so I'll do my auction this Friday, and then we'll have a roll auction next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
Adam, it's like this.
Mine is moving through okay. It's small enough. It's not big.
Push it out, so. Way out. Push it out.
We can use all of his stuff because who else is?
Adam, if you plug your nose and like blow really hard, it'll just fly right out. That's what I hear.
I think something else might fly out the other way if I do that. I better.
Prince Coin Craze said, I wonder if the Couch Collectibles machine attributed horde is next.
Yeah, right? Very ridiculous that thing is.
Yeah.
What did somebody say?
Eric said,
he said, well, I wonder if the Couch Collectibles machine attributed horde is next.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and then Eric said, not me. I bid him up just to make Shannon pay more. And that is about true.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are
we get fighting on some of them. Looking for coins.
Well, I will remind you guys that the Toys for Tots, that just went on yesterday. Oh, my gosh, Amanda, what the heck is the name of that auction that we're doing?
St. Jude.
St. Jude. Oh, my gosh. Don't listen, plug your ears. The St. Jude's auction is going to be coming up in March. So I hope you guys will all, be there and don't be afraid to overbid because it's for a really good cause. And last year we raised like $27,000, and Ida has set the bar really high this year. $50,000 is our goal. So Saint Blonde, right?
You never
Whatever.
know.
I'm telling you guys, I'm losing it. I am losing it.
Paula, we do need to come up with a date for our giveaway, our holiday giveaway.
Yes, we do, and we will talk about that this week. We will talk about that this week. So be on the lookout, you guys, for a video, because we will be doing a holiday giveaway like we did.
Technically, we could do it on Christmas Day. It's the 20th.
Well, that's true.
No, we
People will be
can't.
busy and out of pocket.
Is that a Monday? Is that why
It
you're
is a
saying
Monday.
that?
Yeah,
It is
Christmas.
on Monday.
We may have to do it on a day that is on a different day. We may have to do it on a different day than Monday, because we don't want to do it too much before Christmas, and we don't want to do it on Christmas. So
Hey, I know this is off subject, but Avmax is having a sale on 40% silver half dollars, $77.56 right now.
for a roll, that's
For a whole
good.
roll. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
is good.
I was like, per coin?
Whole roll.
That is good.
That's
And
some mint
some of
price.
those-
That's the U.S. mint price.
And you can find a lot of machine doubling on the machine doubling damage on those 40% half dollars too. You can. That's what I hear. I hear there's a rumor out there that those 40% half dollars might have some machine doubling damage on them.
With the face.
Yeah. And let me remind you guys that damage is damage to a coin, whether it happens at the mint or outside the mint. Damage is damage.
So it's okay to call mechanical doubling damage.
It is damage. Machine doubling is damage. It is 100% damage. It has nothing to do with the strike. It happens after the strike. So it is damage. And to prove a point, if you drop a coin inside the mint and step on it, it's just as damaged as a coin that you drop outside in the parking lot and step on. So there is that. It is damage. And I understand that some people say it's collectible. Here's the thing about it being collectible. You get to collect what you want. This hobby it's your collection. It is yours to do with what you want. But I would discourage you from paying anything for a machine doubled coin when all you have to do is go get a roll at a bank of any denomination, and you will probably find multiple examples in a single roll. It is that common.
Like the 69S. There's a
The
ton of those.
That's a huge one. The 60s and the 70s are huge for machine doubling.
Also, 1936 wheat cent had a bunch like that, and the 40s also have some. 41S. Has a lot of machine doubling. Usually.
Well, one, it has always been in the past called MDD. Machine doubling damage. You talk to any error or variety specialist, and they will tell you it is machine doubling damage. The problem is, let me grab that article from Alan Herbert, and I will, I'll put it in the chat for you guys to read. Alan Herbert, who is he's just the guy. I will, if it's okay with you guys, I'll read a little bit of the article.
Sure.
He is the error and variety guy. And Shay and I, like, when you ask us to recommend books, that is the one we recommend. He'll teach you everything you need to know about the minting process, everything. Well, he coined the phrase years and years ago. He coined the phrase years and years ago, strike doubling. Well, now has written an article on how he regrets calling it that because it's not strike doubling. I'm going to read you a little bit of this article. I'll read you the whole thing. It's not long. So he writes, machine doubling damage has been a topic that I have researched and written about for close to 30 years. Curiously, it is a topic that has been virtually impossible to sell to the collectors and dealers since it affects world coins. It will be this week's topic. Anyone who has looked closely at a quantity of coins has seen it. It's the most common form of doubling found on coins. It has appeared under a laundry list of names such as shift, micro doubling, double die, not double die, double die, strike doubling, and most recently MDD. I had to take the blame for the strike doubling title, which I based on some false information given to me by a mint official. It is not part of the strike, occurring after the completion of the strike, so obviously it cannot be strike doubling. The actual cause is the bouncing of the die or die holder assembly on the struck coin. The strike ends with the final impact of the die pair. Die bounce or chatter involves only one die. While you can find it on both sides of the coin, the cause is different on each side, and there are at least 3 forms of MDD, each with a different cause. When I had to eat the strike doubling label, I picked up the MDD name, which was being used by old Annex when it was still part of the ANA. From the very first attempts were made to claim that doubling was caused by the die twisting at the moment of impact, a little thought will discount that theory. Because you are dealing with a die which is meshing with the forming design of the coin under. Okay, I'm not going to read all that. He basically says in this, and I'll post it in the chat for you guys to read. It basically says that this is damage and has no value.
Oh, what did he classify the 3 of them as? Push doubling.
So let's see. Die chatter. I don't know if he talks about it in here. It would be in his book.
Okay.
There's ejection doubling. There's like push doubling, and there's flat field doubling, I think, which is on proofs.
Yeah.
But you can also find flat field. They used to think it was limited to proofs, but you can find it on business strike also.
The thing is, the universal thing is that if you are good at using Photoshop or CorelDRAW or some program where you can adjust opacity of an image, then you can go to PCGS, download a very
detailed,
a great condition. The coin that they image and they put on their website are usually the top best condition coins.
Right.
You can download that image, crop it, and then place your coin or place it on top of your coin, right? And then you use the opacity bar, right, to adjust it down, and you can see through it. All right. Now, when you have it overlaid, if your doubling can't be seen through the top coin, then it's MD.
Right.
If you actually see material hanging out beyond the coin that's on top, then you likely have a doubled die.
Right.
It's that easy. It's that easy.
Because it doesn't add any metal at all. Like the strike is done, and then what it does is it just hits that already struck area and it just cuts into it. It just flattens it out. That's it.
It's also really good to use that for mint mark position, Shay. I do that a lot with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then you can, because sometimes that mint mark position is a good die marker for certain ones.
Yeah, when you have half a dozen listings that are almost exactly the same, that's all you can do is look for the position, the mint mark position. That'll eliminate, all of them. And then start looking at markers when it's too close to call, because like a 53D.
The Indigon MD doesn't cause smearing though. Die deterioration doubling causes smearing. It doesn't smear it. I'm trying to think of an example where you, because even when you see rim restricted design duplication, that's a form of MD. It's a collectible form of MD, but it's a form of MD. Hi, Dave. Long time no see.
What's up, Dave?
Yeah, and again, you just have to use the overlay. It'll never be bigger, and these never bigger.
It might look like
It might look bigger when you're just looking at it, but it's not. That's why doing the overlay is so useful.
And you can have MD and hub doubling at the same
Yes, you
time.
can. There's actually a 69S FS101 that Ken Potter uses as an example when he shows that. It has machine doubling and the doubled die.
And what a coin most likely to have that. I mean,
yes. And
it could be on any coin, but I mean, really.
You can see it really well on the mint mark. You can see the MD really well on the mint mark because on those, the mint mark isn't doubled. On the hub doubled die, it's not doubled. But with this one, you've got the hub doubling, then you got the MD. It's crazy looking.
And so that's one thing that disappoints me about some of the listings on the different sites is that to the untrained eye,
nice, Frank.
Right? There's a lot of those listings have MD on the coin that you're looking at, especially the $50. Yes. You'll see this a lot in the $50. You go to Variety Vista, pick any date, go in there, and you'll see that there's MD on there, and you're going, "Oh my God, that's a listing, and that looks like MD, but they're saying it's a real deal." No, you have to look really closely at the serifs.
Yes.
It's probably some really minor
especially
thing.
on Franklin's.
Like you look at the little split serif, or you look at one little place. You got to read the description. It's so important, and learn what that what that coded word is on Variety Vista. Learn how to break that down and understand the different types of doubling, so that when you look at a coin, you can look for what the doubling it says it has. Right? If it's class 2 doubling, then you want to look for class 2 doubling on the coin. And if you have this MD all over it, you realize that that's not it. But that's probably the biggest thing that trips up new people.
Oh, Chad, you're going to trigger me. Wolf Schlegelstein Bergerdorf. Be very careful when you're talking about, when you're using the term errors. What you are actually talking about there are varieties. Varieties and errors are two different things. Oh, that's smoke alarm.
I'll give you my breakdown. Look, everything that's different from the intended design, in my opinion, is an anomaly. All right, now let's break that down. There are errors, right? And then there are varieties. And so you have to look at the definition of each of those things, and you can't get them mixed up.
Yes.
Just remember that most errors, right, can happen on any year. But you have to take into the minting process being used at the time of the minting of that coin.
Yes.
And thank you, 949 Designs, for the super chat.
Thank you.
949.
Thank you so much, 949.
That's
nice
awesome.
words.
That's awesome. If you guys come away with one thing that you've learned, that's awesome. Super awesome. Chad, please tell me that is your real last name. Please tell me that, because I'll be very disappointed if that is not your real last name. And I really want to know what your middle name is.
And there is no form on this planet that will allow you to enter that entire name.
No kidding. That is awesome.
Well, it's like you can get varieties and errors too on the same planchet.
Yes, you can.
Oh yeah.
So struck through grease on both sides, and it's a missing edge lettering.
Well, those are two errors. Those are two errors.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yes, technically they are both errors. Two errors, yes.
Yes.
But you can. He's right. You can get errors on anything. Like anywhere from so there's 3 categories: planchet, die, strike. And then now you've got the 4th category, since we've got edge lettering. That doesn't have anything to do with the strike, but we'll just go with that because I have it on my wall, PDS, and I don't want to put another letter up there. But planchet, die, strikes, you can have errors anywhere during that process, Varieties are restricted to specific dies. They can be traced to specific dies. They are done on a single die. They can be traced to that die. There's die markers. They can be attributed, given numbers, given listings. Errors can't. Errors are willy-nilly, one-offs, ever-changing. So
You're going to be disappointed, apparently.
who, me?
Yeah,
Uh-oh, why?
it's probably not his real last name.
Oh, come on.
Excuse
You
me.
could have lied to me. Just tell me, just tell me what I want to hear, Chad.
Coach's magic, you could just as easily go to a rich neighborhood where some kid just turned in his parents' collection, you know. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you,
Good night,
Numismatic.
Numismatic. We're going to be headed off here too, you guys. So if nobody else has anything to say, I need to go eat some dinner.
I gotta go plug my nose and go push that kidney
Here you
stone
go. Push that kidney stone out. That's right. All right, you guys. Everybody, thanks for coming.
All right.
Thank you,
Fun as
everyone.
always. See you next Monday.
Peace.
Bye.